The Social Security Act of 1935 was a type of insurance to help provide for the unemployed, the elderly, disabled. The workers would actually contribute to their retirement plan so that they could benefit from these monthly payments later on in the future. Everybody's eligible for insurance programs. It was also an assistance for dependent children, the blind, and the elderly. Assistance programs were also known as means tested programs. Franklin D. Roosevelt fought to bring financial relief to America. During the Great Depression, when he came into office, that was his main goal. So he started with two New Deals. The first one was the New Deal 1, which kind of fell through. He did try very hard. The second New Deal, which is when the Social Security Act was implemented, um, is when things started to change financially for America again. All this that he did was between 1933 and 1938. Franklin D. Roosevelt was willing to experiment, which was great for us, obviously. In his words, it was better to try something and have it fail than to sit and do nothing at all. His main focuses were on relief, recovery, and reform. The new act created a social insurance program designed to pay retired workers ages 65 or older a continuing income after retirement age. A quote from Franklin D. Roosevelt was, "We put those payroll contributions there so as to give the contributors a legal, moral, and political right to collect their pensions and their unemployment benefits. With those taxes in there, no dang politician can ever scrap my Social Security program." He was very, very adamant and stood behind this program, and it has lasted for over 73 years. So we're all very glad that he did that. Franklin D. Roosevelt aimed to restore prosperity to Americans. When Roosevelt took office in 1933, he acted swiftly to stabilize the economy and provide jobs and relief to those who were suffering. The main thing was to reform America, and he did that for the economy as to provide more jobs for the unemployed. It wasn't that he was just giving free money out. He provided jobs for people that didn't have any. He gave money to states for aid to dependent children. Established unemployment insurance through payroll deduction so that people that were unemployed and couldn't find work were able to get a monthly payment while they looked for a job. Set up old age pensions for retirees. In 1956, disability benefits were added. There's two different ones. There's SSI, which is a supplemental security income. That's typically for ages 65 and older, for the blind or the disabled. There are income restrictions, and you are qualified for Medicaid after 2 months of being on the program. SSDI is the second. It is called Social Security Disability Insurance. This is a little bit harder to get. You have to go through a long process. You have to go to many doctors to get medical releases saying that you absolutely cannot work at all due to your disability. You have to have at least 5 years of work history behind you to qualify for payments. You have to be completely unable to work, like not even part-time. And you do qualify for Medicare after 2 years of being on the program. If you wait until you're 70, your Social Security benefit will be 76% higher than if you started taking benefits at age 62. So basically what this statistic shows is that at the age of 62, you're not going to see monthly payments really over $1,000 a month unless you made quite a bit of money every year while you worked. Versus if you wait to the age of 70, you're going to make or pull almost $2,000 a month, making 50,000 or less. So waiting 8 years is definitely beneficial to be able to survive when you hit retirement age. Now, getting into what it looks like when it comes to spending cost for these programs. Social Security's annual budget was $1.06 trillion for 2018. That is a lot of money. Welfare annual budget was $729 billion in 2017, and that includes Medicaid. So all these programs are starting to put us in kind of a financial bind, or it seems like it's going higher and higher because of the needs for it. So the main reasons people are enrolled in government assistance programs are several. Either they're disabled, they're going to school, they're taking care of somebody that's disabled in their family or their child, or they're retired. And this statistic shows how many percentage, what the percentages of these people are taken. So 36% is because they're ill or disabled. The next highest one is the 30% because they're taking care of someone, a loved one that's disabled. 15% is because they're going to school, which usually this would fall for medical assistance. And then 9%, the lowest, is just due to retirement. The question we need to start asking ourselves is, will Social Security be able to keep up with the increase of payouts year after year? It is rumored that Social Security could run out of funds by 2034. What can we do to make sure that our future and the future of our children is secure financially at retirement age? Well, there are a few things that we can do. We can start setting up 401k plans that are offered through our employer, if there are any. Look into doing it yourself or speaking to someone that might have knowledge behind stocks and markets, investing in that. Start paying off your debt. It is never too early to start doing that. And then once you pay that off, keep it paid off. Make a retirement plan early. Start it early and then stick with it. Don't ever steer away from it. Social Security is one of the most important pieces of legislation in American history. Passed during the depths of the Great Depression, it was an omnibus act, creating a variety of programs to serve many groups of citizens. However, with the change in economy and budget, always make sure to have a financial plan for your future and retirement.